Hello YouTube, this is World War Black Ops Pro, and I have a gameplay for you guys on the map Solar, and I do go 39-3 this game, and not quite the vicious medal I got last game, or the vicious slash nuclear, the unstoppables, none of that, but I do get my top streaks, I get my paladin, I get my warbird, and the warbird, guys, isn't as bad as I previously thought. Like as I said in my last video, the aggressor attachment really makes it good. Like, it's like a good version of attack helicopters. So that streak, it's completely underpowered when in manual mode, but for just 50 more points, you can get it AI controlled, and it actively seeks out enemies. So definitely use the aggressor attachment. It frees you up on the ground, so you're not gonna have to hide in a corner to control it. It gets more kills for you in the end. So it's a lot better than having to manually control it. I got the paladin. I'm still using the 105mm. I'm still using extra time. And that's been a really good setup for me. So at least I like that. And guys, this is kind of the spot I want to show you guys. This camping spot, this sewer pipe, because you know, Advanced Warfare requires a different kind of camping. You know, Black Ops 2 required a pretty advanced type of camping because they had no verticality in this game, but in this game, there's a ton of verticality. In fact, they almost overdid it. And a lot of that just like rooftop to rooftop. It's not really window camping or anything like that. So I have to adapt. And guys, let me tell you, like once I evolved, you know, things have been going much better. I've been getting my streaks, you know, pretty much every game now. Getting my paladins and my warbirds, and previously that would be impossible. I mean. So now I'm having more fun on Advanced Warfare. Now are there still problems with this game? Yes. I mean, obviously there are problems. Now, one of those problems I'm going to kind of go into, guys, because okay, you see right here. Actually, before I get into that, I'm going to go over to this camping spot a little bit. So guys, there's a tube over there, and the good thing about the tube is that B flag is right there. So you can guard B flag, and if anybody tries to come into that entrance to try to kill you, you'll be notified because the announcer will say like losing B or something like that, and you'll know he's coming there. And also there's this doorway here, people come through. You just need since there's no claymores, you just need to be aware of enemy spawns and maybe have a UAV up so you can see where enemies are coming from. But yeah, you just gotta stay map aware. So that's why I have peripherals on, and also I like how it doesn't display depth locations, because when you're camping in corners, depth locations will give your position away. So that's why I have it. Oh, this guy should have killed me probably, but you know, I got pretty lucky. And you see that corner I kind of back into? That's a pretty dark corner. The enemies won't see you when they're coming down the stairs, when they're running down the stairs. That they will most likely pass you up. But the only threat you really have is that tube. So if you're camping in the corner, just aim your sights at that tube. And right now I'm waiting for my warbird to go to work, because when your warbird's up, you'll just let your streak build off assist points from that. Don't rush around and risk dying. Guys, when I do call my warbird, I do go in that dark corner and I go prone because I want to stay hidden. Okay, so that's enough of the spot, because you guys get the general idea. You just want to kind of corner camp and kill enemies off the objective. You get more points that way. So let's kind of go into the problems of Advanced Warfare, like some other ones I realized. Like, guys, there are only 6 assault rifles in this game. And guys, that isn't a very low number compared to Black Ops 1, because Black Ops 1 had, you know, like 10 assault rifles, and Black Ops 2 had 9. So, I mean, and only a few of them were actually usable or general purpose. So, for example, like, there's a few that aren't very usable at all. The MK14 is extremely underpowered. It's 3 to 4 hit kills, and it's very underpowered, because it seems like Sledgehammer responded to the complaints of people complaining that marksman rifles were too powerful in Ghost by nerfing the damage severely on the so-called marksman rifle, and you know, that kind of made the weapon almost useless, because weaker guns such as assault rifles and even pistols can kill at the same range. That can kill, like, even the longest ranges. It takes like 4 hits to kill, and that's just underpowered. Now, in the ARX is also underpowered, because even though it's like 3 to 5 hit kill, the 3 hit kill range is like that of a shotgun. Well, not even that of a shotgun. Like, shotguns have better range than the 3 hit kill range of that gun. So that's kind of underpowered. And then the AK-12 You know, it's a 4-hit kill at close range, and I used to like it until I found out that was a 4-hit kill. I was wondering like why I was losing so many of my close range gunfights, and that was why. Because guys, it's completely underpowered because, you know, a lot of guns in this game have really low recoil, and that's probably because they want to make it easier for you to kill people who are flying around in the air. I understand that. But look, the HPR has similarly lower levels of recoil with grip than the AK-12 does, but this has better damage than the AK-12 at close range. So given that this can be almost as accurate as an AK and has more damage, it makes more sense to use it. So yeah, so guys, you probably won't be seeing any more AK-12 gameplay in my videos unless they give it a buff or something. So that's 3 out of the 6 assault rifles that are pretty much rendered unusable and not competitive. Now the IMR, it's a good gun, but it's 4-round burst, and that makes it not general purpose. So what are we left with? The BAL 27 and the HPR. Now the reason the HPR wasn't that overused back before they buffed the BAL, well, I mean nerfed the BAL, I mean, sorry about that, but was because the iron sights, you know, aren't at that good. I mean, I can use them fine. I mean, I kind of like them, but they're not great. They're by no means like good. And also, the slower rate is kind of a slow rate of fire. I mean, I don't mind that. It feels like a traditional AK to me, like a high damage, low rate of fire. That's why I like it. So yeah, I've been using that, but so you only have it's only competitive between those 2 assault rifles. So no wonder everyone chose the BAL, especially since the BAL's unlocked first. So guys, the BAL probably wasn't that overpowered. It was probably just because people chose it. Like in Black Ops 1, it was the FAMAS. Everybody used the FAMAS, but here's the thing: the FAMAS and the AUG were exactly the same in stats, except for a little bit slight differences in recoil and maybe reload time and iron sights, but they were practically the same. And the reason why everybody used the FAMAS and the AUG was overlooked was because the FAMAS was unlocked at level 14 compared to the AUG's level 26. And that makes a big difference, guys. People use that gun, like they unlocked it for that one first, and that was one of the first good assault rifles you would unlock, and everybody started using that, and they got used to that, and then the AUG was pretty much overlooked, fortunately, because that gun was never patched. And yeah, so thankfully that gun was never patched, but that's kind of why people use the BAL. I don't blame them, because all the other guns are either not general purpose or they're just underpowered. So they need to reconsider the balancing in this game. I mean, they should have had more assault rifles to begin with, especially given that they had 3 years to make this game. So I'm kind of disappointed about the weapon variety. There's not too much in this game, like too much viable weapon variety. I mean, especially since most of the SMGs, save the K5, are unusable. The LMGs are not that great. And the heavy weapons, the EM1's kind of overpowered, but it doesn't really fit my playstyle, so you won't be seeing much of that gameplay on my channel. And the sniper rifles, they have their purposes. They're not general purpose weapons. So guys, that's kind of why I use the HPR now, because I feel it's a much more competitive weapon in this game. I would recommend you guys give it a try. It acts like an AK, and it wasn't nerfed like the BAL. I mean, the BAL is still a decent weapon after the patch, but it's nowhere near as competitive as overpowered as it originally was. So I mean, hopefully they buff the AK-12 so I can actually use it, because I like that gun. But a 4-hit kill at close range with a moderate rate of fire, I mean, that's ridiculously underpowered sledgehammer. I mean, yeah, I mean, I know it's like an ACR in terms of recoil, but so is every other gun. And if they're not like that, you can just put a grip on it and it's just as good. So the only thing you can't really increase is damage. But I mean, even the variants for that, I mean, you can increase damage with the variants, but they usually decrease other things like rate of fire, which will decrease time to kill. So I've just been sticking with the HPR, and that's really good for these type of setups. Like most of your combat's gonna be at close range, close to medium range. So the HPR really fills in that role, like it fits that role. So I've been having a much better time on Advanced Warfare ever since I started corner camping, reverse boosting, and using the HPR. Now guys, I know I reverse boost, and I know you guys might think that's cheap, And you know what? I mean, it's just a flawed system, and Sledgehammer, it's about time you realize that skill-based matchmaking doesn't work and can be abused. So, yeah, guys, skill-based matchmaking, it shouldn't be in the game. So, but as long as it's in the game, I'm taking advantage of that. So, if you guys want to play against noobs, you want to go play against people, you know, who aren't going to be drop-shotting you every like second or pre-aiming and pre-firing around corners, then you should definitely try that, because you know what, there really isn't any other way to do good well in Advanced Warfare, because this game, it's a hard game as it is. I mean, I have other gameplays, like I can rush around, guys. I actually try that sometimes, but you know, camping is a much more reliable tactic. And as you guys know, I'm a camper. I'm not gonna completely turn into all this rusher. Like if I started rushing, all of a sudden, like, half you guys in the comment section will be probably going like, "What the hell, World of War? What's wrong with you? Why are you rushing around the map?" I mean, you never do that. I don't recommend you guys rush either, but yeah, just camp on, guys. Camp on. I'll bring you guys some more gameplays like this, different maps, teach you how to camp and get your streaks. So anyway, guys, if you enjoyed it, don't forget to like and subscribe, and thanks for watching. This has been World of War, and see you guys later.